2, 3, 2, 1.
Hey.
Are we starting?
I think that was it.
Hey.
That was the countdown.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey guys, welcome back.
He's not recording though.
Oh! I'm recording here.
That's why I was like, are we starting?
Wait, so what does that mean?
Good
though?
catch. I
What
mean,
is that?
it's not recording. They're not recording.
So what does that mean? Because he said he was recording on there, but not on there.
It means he has a video, but the volume,
So
the
it would
audio.
just be like us, but nothing's coming out.
That would be.
We had everything going against us.
Yeah, we were young, we were broke, we didn't know anything about business. We literally started from nothing.
We were never supposed to make it.
Action.
What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome to Win Anyway, episode number 32,
Yes,
I think.
32.
Wow, 32. It's awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for your support. Those of you that have been with us since the beginning, those of you that are just getting here, and those of you that are coming back. You know, we appreciate you. Your support. We appreciate the time that you've taken to listen in. Ultimately, it's for you. It's not for us. But our goal is that you get some value out of it. We make it worth your while.
Yeah, we're hoping to reach a lot more people because we know we get a lot of questions on Instagram especially. And so we're hoping just to provide you with another resource, which was, I think, our last podcast, right?
Right.
How to utilize your resources. So this is just another resource for you to be able to figure out how to win.
Exactly. And so right now, more than ever, is the era of technology.
Yes, if you haven't been paying attention, you have to get on the train now.
Yes, we live in a world today where if you're not utilizing technology, in fact, they talked about it for a long time. They said there's going to come a day when the brick and mortar, the actual physical standing building where you have to go to make your purchases, to do business, that's not going to be relevant. And we are faster than ever moving in that direction, right?
It pretty much happened overnight.
Right. You have companies like Twitter that are not sending their employees back to the office or working from home.
Yeah, they figured out their employees can be just as effective from home. And
definitely, at least as of now.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So today's episode is on how to fully maximize your ability to close and do business successfully over Zoom or the internet.
Yes, because I know we did another podcast on the topic of Zoom, just kind of in general for, running your culture, right? The culture of your business, different areas. But we're going to dive in specifically, like he said, on how to set up your appointments correctly over Zoom.
So that you can close.
Yeah, so that you can close. Even when things fully open back up, guys, I promise you, you're still going to run like 99% of your appointments on Zoom now. People are just used to it. Before, when I used to make phone calls for the team, and I would say, oh, have you heard of Zoom? Maybe like 2, 3 out of 10 would say yes. Now, like 10 out of 10. It's very rare where now somebody says, I don't know what Zoom is.
Yep. And I think it's a very cool thing.
Yeah.
The shift that's happened in the world now, for one reason, which is that when you look at Zoom now, or you look at FaceTime or what is it, Go.meeting or whatever these other like things that you guys
Google
use.
Meetings?
Skype, Google Meetings, Google Hangouts, like all this different stuff. When you look at all of these things, they all existed before even now with the pandemic and not being able to, social distancing and all this crap. These things existed before. And some of us utilized them before. But the shift in society now and the shift in what's culturally acceptable and taken as normal has completely changed. Where before, if you were going to do business over Zoom and you're like, hey, well, all right, let me get your social, let me get your bank info. People may do it, but there was this little stigma of, wait, is this normal? I'm giving my information out over the internet. I've never met this person in person. I've never shook their hand. The shaking of hands used to be like that. That's how they made a deal back in the day.
Right.
You shook somebody's hand and that was your word. Well, now shaking somebody's hand like you're going to die.
Like, no.
That's how you're going to get arrested. So the reality is that what's culturally acceptable now is completely shifted in the last couple months, in the sense that now when you go online and you do Zoom, not only is it normal, but it's normal to everybody. Before it was normal to us in business, but now it's normal to society. And the coolest thing is that coming out of this someday, it'll still be normal. So society has changed forever, permanently, in the sense that doing business online via video call is now 100% the new normal.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen emails from Kaiser saying that they're doing video consultations. Like if you're not feeling well, you need to speak to a doctor. They're offering you to speak to one online. So now, like you were talking about the personal information, stuff like that, you're literally, I don't know what what you're consulting with them about, but I mean, it's about your health. And if you ever want to look at where trends are going, look at the generations that are coming after us. And 6-year-olds are getting on Zoom for their classes.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know how well it's going, but they're on there. They know how to use it. So that's telling.
I have clients that teach dance, and they're literally still
Teaching
dance on Zoom. Wow. I have clients that teach martial arts, and they're doing martial arts on Zoom. Mm-hmm. And so if you're not good at that, it's going to hurt you tremendously. Because not only do you want to be current in your way of doing business, but it's not about you. It's about what the clients prefer. And I can promise you that with the changes in the world right now, going forward, your clients are going to prefer to meet with you online.
Yeah.
Because it's more convenient. There's less traffic. It's the new normal. They're used to it. They're doing their jobs online. Their kids are doing classes online. They're doing parent-teacher conferences online. They're having Zoom graduations. Everything is being done online. It's the normal. Zoom is now able to stream directly to Facebook Live and directly to Instagram Live and directly to YouTube Live. I mean, it's like everything is connected now. And so it's not just that the world's going to open back up and you're going to be able to go back to your old way of doing business. That may be true, but the question is, do your clients want to go back to the old way of doing business? Probably not.
No, this is the new normal. So that's why we're telling you this, because if you're not on board at this point, and I know some of you aren't, we wouldn't say this if we felt like, oh yeah, everyone's going with the flow. Some of you guys are just waiting for things to go back to normal. This is the new normal.
Yeah,
so we're just here to tell you that. And
for church, for everything.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is online.
Yeah, so that's what it is. And so we're here to help you succeed at that. If you're going to do it, you might as well do it 100% and do it right. And so we're going to go into it from not only the trainee side, like if you're training someone on an appointment, but also from the trainer side. So you running the appointment. So we're going to cover both areas of that.
And by the way, we have mastered this.
We've been doing Zoom since before.
For a year and a half, 2 years now.
So we've been utilizing it.
So let's go through it. Let's talk about how to set up your Zoom appointments correctly to where you can close. That's the point.
Yes.
Is that you're creating an environment that's conducive for closing. You're creating an environment that's conducive for success, whether it be a recruiting appointment, an interview, whether it be you doing some sort of business. If you're in our industry, it's you sitting down having a client training appointment or a KTP, a kitchen table presentation, a financial needs analysis appointment, putting some sort of retirement portfolio or life insurance plan together. No matter what industry you're in, this is how to, these rules apply to everything. So let's talk about number one, the setup, Ronnie, before we even get to the appointment.
Yeah, so before you get to the appointment, so let's just say we're going to start off from you have an appointment booked. We're going to say that it is tomorrow. All right, so let's just go with that. You have an appointment tomorrow. It's already been booked. Cool, it's on the calendar. So 24 hours before, you need to ask the trainee to confirm the appointment. And by confirm, I don't mean, oh, that's time still available to you. I mean, by confirm, it's, hey, tomorrow we have an appointment at 2:00. I'm just reminding you that I expect you to be there. Not,
Right.
in a language that is familiar, because I could say that to my sister, so whatever relationship you have with the person, the trainee needs to communicate that way. So, hey, we have an appointment tomorrow at 2:00. Don't be late.
The worst thing you could do is be like, hey, Ronnie, are you still available? Are we still on for 2?
No.
Terrible confirmation.
If you give me a way out, I'm going to
Take it.
I'm gonna take
Nobody
it and
wants to
run
help
with it.
your ass. Why do you think everybody wants to help you? People do not want to help you.
I don't want to be inconvenienced. So
So that's not how you confirm an appointment.
Yeah.
So the proper confirmation, hey, Ronnie, 2:00 tomorrow. We're good to go. I talked to my trainer. Don't forget. Okay, be on time.
boom.
Now, number 2 is that your trainee needs to tell the client what to expect. Okay, this is part of doing a good job on Zoom. Let me tell you why. You can't have, no matter how good you are, you can't create the same experience as you would have in person. And what I mean by that is like, we're not going to be able to, hey, how are you? Shake hands, hug. Like, we can't do all that on Zoom. We can't do all that in person anymore. But the point is that it has to be done right because people are getting online. And they're going to get online, while they're in the car. To them, it's perfectly fine that they're going to the grocery store during your appointment because it's online. And so they're just like, oh, yeah, I could just put the phone right here in the shopping cart while I walk around.
Yeah,
and if you don't tell them what to expect, it's not going to go well.
It's less formal. So because you said it's on Zoom, they're like, cool, like I can multitask. People always think they can multitask. So,
Right.
So unless you tell them like, hey, I need you to be on time. I need you to have your camera on, 45 minutes where you can just focus and pay attention because this is really important to me.
So you got to tell them what to expect and set it up correctly. So let's talk about what that looks like. Number 1. If you're married, I need your spouse there.
Mm-hmm. Which you should know already.
If you're not married, but you've lived with your girlfriend for 11 years, then I need your freaking spouse there. I need your girlfriend there. If you're not married, but you got kids together and you share finances together, then I need your spouse there. So my point is that's number 2, is that their spouse has to be there. Mm-hmm. Okay, number 1 is you got to tell them what to expect, but the bullets behind that is the spouse needs to be there. Hey, I need you and your spouse sitting there.
Yeah.
See, you can't control that as much on Zoom. Now, here's the thing. There's really no room for error because even if their spouse isn't home,
they can also
they could
jump
still
on
get
Zoom.
on Zoom,
Yeah.
right? So we could Zoom from, I was on an appointment the other day here in Los Angeles. My trainee was in Hawaii and the client was in Alaska. And we were all on Zoom together. And we closed up some policies. We started people in business. It didn't make a difference where we were located. So their spouse needs to be there. Another one, they need to be on time.
Yeah.
Now, how you're late to Zoom, I don't know.
It happens.
But it happens. So they need to be on time.
And this is why you're reminding them 24 hours in advance, because let's say for some reason they are not familiar with Zoom. This gives them a chance to download the app or go on the website,
Right.
Kind of do a little test run. We tell the trainee, hey, if they're not familiar, run it through it with them really quick. Just jump on.
Yeah, it's the easiest app, I believe,
It's so
on the
easy,
internet
yeah.
to use. But because
Every once in a while.
Skype was a nightmare. I could never figure out how to use Skype. But Zoom is like the easiest thing ever. But they need to be on time. Another one, you need to prepare them to have their camera on. There's nothing more frustrating to the trainer than when the client gets on and they don't have their camera on. And you're like, okay, so I'm going to talk to a black screen
Right.
for the next 40 minutes. How are we going to have interaction and dialogue? See, you got to let the friend know, your client know that, hey, it's going to be interactive. You're not going to be just sitting there watching a Netflix special for 40 minutes. It's a interactive conversation. At least if you're good, it's interactive. Have your camera on. What else?
Yeah. Making sure that they're not distracted.
Right.
So, making sure that you tell them, hey, I need, like I said, 30, 45 minutes of your undivided attention. If you know that they have kids, then say, hey, can you just make sure that they're, busy in the other room reading, watching a movie, something, right? If it's your friend, your family, which usually it is, you can kind of say like, hey, like it's really important to me. Like, can you just be 100% focused at that time? Because if not, we can adjust to find a time where you can focus.
Right. I need you and your spouse on the couch, on the kitchen table, in the bed, whatever, wherever you are, sitting next to each other in the same frame where the phone's not going like this everywhere, all over the world, okay? I want to look on the screen, and I need me and my trainer to be able to see you and Ronnie sitting right next to each other, where the phone's leaning on the freaking nightstand, or it's on a stand somewhere. Or you're holding the iPad, but it doesn't look like we're in the middle of an earthquake. The kids aren't screaming. Shoes aren't flying across the room. You're freaking paying attention. I'm asking you for 40 minutes of your undivided attention without interruptions. I hope my team listens to this freaking podcast.
Yes.
But that's how you set it up correctly. See, you need an environment that's conducive and built and constructed to be able to close. Mm-hmm. Now, all of this is before we even get on the appointment. But what if you don't do this?
Then you're just kind of working with what you got at that
Dude, you're
point.
rolling
You're just
the
kind
dice.
of like, yeah, you kind of have to roll with it. And unfortunately, you're not in control of the appointment anymore. Circumstances are in control of the appointment now.
Freaking
So
nightmare.
very, very important. This is like, again, we said the day before the appointment. So then the same day of the appointment, you also need to remind them not of all the same things you just did the day before, but just like, hey, because people forget, people lose track of time. So, hey, we're going to start the appointment in blank amount of time, in an hour. I'll see you in an hour. Really quick text or something. I'll see you in an hour.
Set an alarm on your phone.
I'll
or
see you in
something.
30 minutes,
Right.
right? And send them the Zoom code so that they have it.
Send them the Zoom code.
Boom, easy,
or
right?
send them the link to the Zoom. Either one, whatever's
Again,
easier.
you're not asking them, hey, we're still good, right, for 30 minutes from now? No, you're just saying, hey, I'll see you in 30 minutes. Here's the Zoom code, or here's the link. Cool?
Don't forget to do
By the
that.
way,
I forgot before.
By the
I
way,
have
we
a
forgot
guest,
to mention
I have
this.
a guest, and then I forget to send them the Zoom code. And then they can't. or don't forget to send them the passcode.
Right, you need the
There's
passcode.
a password
Yeah.
now, then they can't even get in.
So the day before, we forgot to mention this, but you need to let your trainer know the appointment is confirmed. Say, hey, you always want to communicate. Hey, I just talked to Sherry. She said we're good to go. The appointment's confirmed. Right? Again, after you text them, 30 minutes before or an hour before. Hey, Sherry said she's good to go. We'll see you in 30. Communicate both ways to your trainer and to your appointment.
If you don't confirm with me, I ain't going to be on the call.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, I haven't heard from him. It canceled.
Yeah.
Now I'm on to the next one. So you got to confirm. It's a very good,
Yes.
good point, Ronnie.
Yep.
So then you get on the appointment. Now, if you're the trainee,
You need to be on before your appointment gets on.
before 5 to 10 minutes early,
They shouldn't beat you to it.
even if your trainer hasn't started the meeting yet, you should still be on waiting for the meeting to start. 5 to 10 minutes early. Hey, trainer, just so you know, I'm already in. Okay, because there's a waiting room now in most cases if you choose to use it.
Which you
And
should, I think.
I think it's the greatest feature ever because I could see everyone there. I could put the trainee into the meeting. Hey, you ready? You ready to do your introduction, which we're about to talk about in a second? You ready to do that? You know what you're going to say? Speak from the heart, okay? You're going to small talk, give a good intro, and then you're not going to do some dumbass shit where you go, all right, hey, Ronnie, are you there? Ronnie,
Hello. Hello.
she should be on here in a second, you guys. Ronnie, are you there? And then
Marco.
Ronnie's sitting on the other side, like, really, dude? Really?
Facepalm.
You never watched the damn podcast, episode 32? Still don't know what the hell you're doing? Freaking idiot.
You're going to want to send this to your
No,
trainees.
you don't do that. Okay? You just small talk. Hey, Jay Justin, how are you? Good, man. Hey, cool, awesome. Hey, bro, thanks for coming on here, man. It means a lot to me. It's a big deal. I appreciate you doing that. How's work? What you been up to? Boom, 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 boom. Hey, real quick, so you know. Blah, 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 blah. Then you're going to go into your edification, okay? You're going to introduce your trainer. And then you're going to go back to small talk. So he'll be on here in a second, okay? She'll be logging in just a second. She's not on here yet, but she'll be on in a second. And then you just go back. So, hey, man, so what you been up to? How's the family? Boom, 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 boom. And then Ronnie will come on when she feels like it's the appropriate time. Sometimes we like to leave the camera off for a second because we get to hear what's going on and we can kind of feel the client out. Because then the client's like, so what's this about? like, oh, well, do everything, finance related, life insurance. Oh my gosh, I actually need life insurance. Well, I would have never known that if you were right there going, all right, hey, Ronnie, are you there? Ronnie's not stupid. She'll come on the call when she feels the time is right. Okay.
Right.
You can't give this great edification of your trainer and then go, all right, so are you there? Now, all that tells the client is we were hiding in a box waiting for you to finish making us sound good. And now here I am. Gosh, freaking.
He's really passionate about that part.
See this dumb shit at least once a day.
Not,
hello?
Yeah.
Hello? Hello? How are you? So
It's funny because sometimes
an Adele song right before
people will get like really close to the camera, like that makes the sound of it. So like, hello, like,
hello, are you there? Hello. Hello. Where the hell? I swear they were on here a second ago. Gosh. All right. Anyways.
Okay. So
you get the point. Okay?
Yes.
But you got to give an edification.
Yes. And so the next things we're going to talk about, it's more for the trainer and the trainee, but mostly the trainer. But if you're a trainee, do these things as well. Okay. So we're going to talk about your setup on your end, what they're seeing when they're looking at their iPad, laptop, computer, phone, what they're seeing on their end. Okay. So let's start off with you. Okay. Let's start off with you. Now we're very aware that like things are closed. So, maybe you can't get a haircut, or maybe, you can't groom yourself as normal. But if you're a guy, I think you should wear a hat, right? If you can't get a haircut and it looks kind of, shabby. Beards, facial hair, trimmed, nice, neat. And the hat, by the way, not like Dodgers. This is a Tenacity hat. So it's a company hat. What would you say? Like a golf hat? Like a Nike? Like, is that okay?
Like a baseball cap, a golf hat.
Yeah. I'm just saying like not like Lakers, Dodgers.
Right.
A sports team. Something that's relevant. And then, a shirt, like a dress shirt. Business attire. You should still look sharp even though you're technically at home. You shouldn't look like your clothes are wrinkled or you're disheveled or you just rolled out of bed or you're in your PJ, like nothing like that. Just business professional clothing, at least from where they can see, this area.
And if you're not wearing pants, don't accidentally stand up.
Just don't stand up. Don't drop your phone and you'll be good.
Drop your phone?
Yeah, that'd be awkward.
Don't drop your phone.
Yes. Posture is good. Sit up straight, be engaged, lean forward. Body language is still relevant here because they can see you. So lean forward, talk to them, look in the camera, And
a camera angle is important.
Yes.
Okay. So like put the camera down here.
No dad angles.
Where all we see is up your nostrils the whole time. It's not very good. Like something like this is good. This right here.
A stand.
Put it right there. Boom. Nice angle. An attractive angle. Like back when you had MySpace.
So
ladies, you were like this.
Yeah, because it makes us look thinner.
Yeah, that's why. I put it right down my shirt. Okay, but you understand my point? Is the camera angle is important. You got to like sitting here in the middle of your appointment, your phone's falling over. You're like, oh, sorry. None of that works, okay? Don't be a rookie.
This is not good.
Right up your nostrils. And the rule of 72, and you had 3 chins because you ain't been working out. None of that stuff works.
It's not flattering. You have to think from a psychological standpoint. If I'm looking at you like this, I'm looking down at you.
Right.
And so you want it to be eye to eye.
You see my corn chin.
He said corn chin.
Corn chin. But camera angle is a big deal. It's a really big deal. It's important.
Yeah.
Also, your background. What's behind you?
Yes. If you've got laundry for days, weeks, your grandma walks by in her bathing suit, my grandma used to call it her birthday suit.
I
don't know what that means.
And birthday suit are two different things.
I still don't know what that means, but she was in her bra and underwear.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it means to you, but
it's what you were born in on your birthday.
Oh, nothing. Okay. Well, she's. Oh, I know what that means now.
You understand?
10 years
But
later.
what's behind you is important, you know? So your kids running around, your husband walking around with his beer belly and no shirt on, you know, the dogs, or you just like live somewhere where, I mean, it's not your dream home yet. It's not the most attractive place, not the most attractive room, you know, try a virtual background. You know, like we're going to put one on right here. Ready? See? So this is better. Okay? The virtual background, you put your team logo behind you. Maybe you put, I don't know, don't try to make yourself look rich and you put a fake mansion that you Google. Like, this doesn't look real. They're going to know it's a fake background. So a team logo is good. You know, something like that. Something that's not distracting.
Yeah, make sure you have good lighting. You're not sitting like in a dark cave somewhere where it looks
Right.
creepy. You know, you want it to be bright, light.
And some are quiet.
Yeah, somewhere quiet. If you guys have dogs, I know one thing that drives him crazy. It doesn't bug me as much, but it definitely drives him crazy is the sound of their little feet walking around, you know, on the hardwood floors. And so we bought our dog slippers. So
Yeah, so you can shut up when he walks.
otherwise he just doesn't let him walk.
All I hear
and
is
it's
click,
kind-
click, 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 click the whole freaking day. Every time I'm on an appointment.
Yeah.
But your kids running around, all this kind of stuff, this is not going to work. Now, the point of the virtual background is not to fool everybody into the fact that you're at a different location. It's just to create a sense of professionalism. You can put your team logo. It's okay. It's acceptable to have the virtual background.
Yeah.
Now, don't put, just like I said, the virtual background of a Lamborghini.
No.
You know, it's not going to get the job done. But your team logo, just a solid plain white background.
Yeah, they have some presets on Zoom as well that you can choose
could be
from.
like at the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah.
Probably not going to work. Space, probably not going to work. The green one with the leaves and water drops, and you look like you're in Ants or Bug's Life.
That's cool.
Probably not going to work. But a plain white background, whatever, something
Yeah.
like that, something friendly.
Inviting, yeah.
And it's just for the fact that if you're at home or you're at the office or you're in
Hey.
your car or you're at church, it doesn't matter. They don't know. And it's okay because culture accepts it.
Yeah, our Jay, you know, our producer Jay, he took a picture of his office at the office, and that's his virtual background. So,
That's pretty smart.
and when he first did it, I was like, "Is that Paul sitting back there?" There was somebody
Right.
else in the background, and it was the virtual.
Let me tell you a
background.
virtual background story that's kind of funny.
Oh, I'm kind of scared.
I'm in the middle of general training. And I'm scrolling through seeing who's on the meeting, right? Who's got their camera turned on. And in the middle of 200 people, there's this one where the guy's always like this. And I'm like, yeah, it's always like this. The dad angle, right? And every time I go back and forth, I see the same thing. So what this guy did, he thought he was slick. He took a screenshot of him on Zoom and put that photo as his virtual background so that when he's not on Zoom paying attention, you think he's still on Zoom watching the meeting. And so I was like, smart, really smart. And then as soon as I said that, he starts busting up laughing because like he actually comes back in front of the picture and he's cracking up laughing because he knew that I was talking about him. But
Yeah.
anyhow, virtual background's good, but the most important thing is that you're in a spot where it's quiet.
Yeah, you just want them to focus as much as possible on what's happening on the appointment, and you don't want them to be distracted by anything that's going on like back here.
Yeah.
So that's the main point.
One tip on that is to wear your AirPods if you own AirPods or headphones, because the AirPods have a noise cancellation feature. And I was running an appointment. I was speaking as a
Conference,
guest on, was it Peter Lee's call?
Yes.
On
Yeah.
Peter Lee's call. Peter Lee is amazing. And that day I was doing the call outside. And I was sitting outside on my patio. It was nice. It was a nice day. It was pretty outside. But next door, we have a train, like an old school train, like with a caboose and like not a metro, like
Caboose.
a real train that's like dragging things along,
Chugga,
right?
chugga, chugga, chugga.
Exactly. And the train goes by right in the middle of my guest speaking. And I'm like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Because it's not like
So
a
I'm
short, like 2 seconds.
All right, I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm sorry. There's a train. I apologize. And then they're like, oh, we didn't even hear a
Yeah,
train.
I couldn't hear it.
I'm sitting 30 yards from the train. Okay, I'm not sitting a mile away. I'm like 30 yards away from the train. But I had my AirPods in, and it just cancels all the external sound. And so it's a really good tip for when you're running appointments, because if someone's walking by, the dog barks, there's a good chance they won't hear it.
Yeah. Go Apple. Sponsor us, please.
Yes. But yeah,
Yeah.
and at the end of the day, you got to make sure you let people know to value your time. Not with an ego, not you being a douchebag, trying to pretend like you're important. I'm talking about just the fact that people, hey, if you're going to do this for me and you're going to get on here, you got to give me like 40 minutes of your undivided attention.
Yeah.
Remember, some people talk to you in their free time, and then other people free their time to talk to you. And there's a difference. And you want to find people that they care about you, and you do a good enough job of adding enough value up front that they take this seriously and they really give you the time. And if you log on, Ronnie, how often do we do this? If you log on and the spouse isn't there and the person's driving and he's at the gym doing tricep pull downs, or he's at the grocery store, no, I can listen. I'm just going to have my camera turned off. I got stuff going on. What do I do in that scenario? Almost every time.
You either reschedule or you have the trainee run it.
Yeah, and usually I'm going to reschedule the appointment because you only get one shot, right? When you go on the appointment with this person, you only get one shot. You can't do
That's
it and they're not paying attention. You're going to get nowhere. What would you rather do? Run an appointment so you can say you ran an appointment, or run an appointment where you have a chance of actually closing something and being able to do something good for the person? I would rather reschedule the appointment for 4 or 5 days out if we have to, then I would run it right now and have no chance of closing anything.
Yeah. And our coach, Charlie, told us something years and years ago, and it's always stuck with us. And it was casual people become casualties. And all that translates into in this scenario is that it takes a little bit more effort to do these things. Just a little bit more.
Just to do it right, yeah.
To do it right. It takes, and if you're not doing it, it's just because you're lazy, right? So it just takes a little bit more of concentrated effort to do these things, but it'll pay off so much more in the long run.
Yep. You only get one shot.
So send this to all your trainees.
It's not hard to do it right.
No.
It's not, but it's very easy to do it wrong.
Yeah.
To go, hey, just get on, just help me out. I mean, you just put the phone down. You don't really have to pay attention. They're going to be on screen share anyways, so they're not going to be looking. I don't know if you're running it on your phone, your iPad, you're drawing on a whiteboard behind you. It doesn't matter. But man, if you're going to run it, this is my motto. If we are going to run it, we are going to run it correctly. Because if I'm going to put 40 minutes in, I want to invest 40 minutes, not spend and waste 40 minutes.
Amen.
If this doesn't help you, then I don't know what will. Because this is probably the thing that, of all the podcast episodes we've done, this is probably the one that will make you the most money.
This is gold. Like, I'm just like, even like,
we say this humbly too.
And Jay, our producer Jay said, you're going to give him this? Really?
He's like, dude, don't tell him anything that actually helps them.
Go follow him on Instagram.
But I mean, like, this is a money-making episode. We say that humbly, but we know this is. We're not good at everything, but this shit right here we got down.
We're good at this. Yeah,
we got this.
So share it with your teams. Send it with your train. This is something you can send to your brand new people. They've been here for a day, 2 days, 3 days. Right before their first appointment. A day before, 2 days before, send this to them. We're going to use it for ourselves. We're definitely going to send it to
all your trainees should watch this episode. You should send this video to them on Instagram.
Yeah.
And share the teaser clip, the commercial, because this is one that we're going to make sure our team watches at least 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. We're going to quiz them. We're going to put out a Google quiz.
This is going to become one of our training videos.
Yes.
So, anyways, all right, you guys.
Yes, like, subscribe, comment your requests on YouTube, comments, please, and share. Drop this in your group me, in your hierarchy group me, preferably. You know, Penny Oy, Raja, you know, Eric Olson, like people like that. You know, our friends.
The big ones.
The big ones, yeah.
The big kahunas.
Big ones.
All right, you guys, we're out.
Peace out.